You ever just stop and smell the roses? Take a look around you and appreciate the gift of life. You get to exist in this corporeal realm on such a beautiful planet. And then you ask yourself, well, hit you with the remix there. Got you with that Scatman action. You then ask yourself, after glitching, am I making the most of my time on Earth? If the answer to that question for you is a no, then maybe the gentleman I'm about to show you today could inspire you a bit, because he said, dag nabbit, I need to do more to really showcase the love of life. So, he went on a bit of a rampage, and it ended with him hanging from some telephone wires, dangling over a fire truck while pooping his pants and talking about meth. If that doesn't perfectly demonstrate being alive, I just don't know what does. It's a wholesome reminder that we're all humans at the end of the day. We shit, we do meth, you know? And I just can't help it. I am so glued to body cam videos right now. I am taking a deep dive into the wacky world of body cam videos. It's so fascinating. I have seen so much shit. Not even in the literal sense, because he contains the feces in his britches. But like, I've just seen so much weird shit from body cams over the last like week or so. And I'm not gonna lie, it has been captivating. So last night on stream, I learned about this very interesting gentleman, and I would like to I'd like to just show you him, if you don't mind. You see the body cam video? The guy who ran from the cops took a dump on a fire truck while hanging on a telephone wire. What? There's no way that's actually accurate to what happened, right? So he ran from the cops and took a dump on a fire truck. So typing that in verbatim gets me nothing. Am I allowed to watch that on stream, you think? Hold on. Let me check for a second. Don't worry, that's not poop. That was just his belt. His belt was hanging loosely. Is all.
Make sure you spend time. Something going on.
Oh, it's actually not poop. Oh, thank God. I was gonna say that's a crazy log. Let me just make sure. He says he's gonna get butt naked. I need to make sure he doesn't actually do that. This guy's talking like Kanye West tweets though right now. He takes his shirt off, but it looks like he keeps his drawers on. I think we're fine. I don't even see him pooping. Does he poop his pants over a fire truck? Or because there's no way he'd get any turds out.
Dangerously from a telephone wire.
How does he? I can't believe he didn't die. That's a very dangerous thing to be grabbing.
Seen before until now, and power tools taken from a vehicle in the same neighborhood.
What are the odds?
Neither officers yet realized the incidents were connected, or that this string of
oh God
was only the beginning.
He's on a rampage.
Restaurant to search the area.
All things considered, pretty impressive work. Officer, get after him. What are you doing? Climb.
Back up and then get going. Come on, man.
If we back up, will you come back over here?
This is supposed to be a free country. Let him climb the telephone wires. What happened to us?
Will you not go over there?
A fall from this height could be fatal, but as one firefighter explains, a fall isn't the only danger he faces.
Which one's the hot one?
So the weatherhead's hot, up one's hot, he's on cable and telephone.
He's just on telephone stuff, yeah, okay.
Yep.
Oh, so that's how he's not getting electrocuted, okay. Okay.
Okay.
To ensure Ramondo's safety, officers think of a way to break his fall.
Can we bring the truck?
Get a giant mattress.
Able to identify the suspect as the same man from the restaurant.
Currently, there's a gentleman. He's hanging from some wires. And if you'll tell me if this is the same guy that
He's what?
assaulted you earlier today.
Is there any way we can get you down? No. By doing what I said. I'll go to that one. You want to go that route? Get back. Give me what I want.
So he's made a threat for shitting.
I'm gonna get butt naked now.
As Ramondo's
Don't do it.
antics continue, Ramondo's charges will have to wait, as he's been holding on for just over 20 minutes.
That's
It
really
won't be long
impressive.
before exhaustion and gravity bring him down, one way or another.
Oh. And now everyone just lost service, and they are pissed.
Now there's 3 other people on the other side.
Are they contacting? Come down.
Excellent landing. The dismount.
Just come on down the ladder.
Incredible technique. And with trousers filled with poop. When did he do it? I never saw anything. He stealth shitted. Like, even going frame by frame, I don't even see his pants, like, puff out from the poop.
Oh. He's pooping. Can't remember that. He's pooping.
Yeah, for defecating.
Hey, Log, you see?
How do you know? Also, he's fighting gravity with that. Like, if he's shit, like, let's say maybe he was turtle heading. Like, it's just gonna go right back in his colon. Like, I don't think he'd be able to shut the sphincter off in time. It'd just, like, fall back, I think. Oh my god, he owns the fire truck now. He's got a new weapon at his disposal. Shattered pants and a fire truck, he's unstoppable.
You got my word.
I want to hug all your people that's here today.
You got my
Aww.
word. If you come down safe, man.
My troops in on how I did today. I hope I trained and learned, and you guys learned something.
I think we all learned something here today.
We need more soldiers out here. My robot.
Amen.
Be careful
Amen.
to get down. You want help or you got it?
I got bigger soldiers.
Stand up, bro.
Aw, now everyone's friends.
All right.
I love you guys.
Check his britches, see if there's any poop. Did he lie about that?
All right.
I could rent this.
Sheriff car's off duty.
Oh, he let me put my meth pipe in there. Till we could see it.
Sir,
That's why I said.
Meth? You don't say.
Love you, kids. You guys.
Drinks look good? Gerald.
Put some meth in there. Have some bomb.
Brother, just give him a meth pipe. What are you doing? Cigarette?
There's medicine for me. Fentanyl's not. Don't do fentanyl.
Paramedics finally arrive and assess the full extent
A
of
positive
his
message. Meth is medicine. Fent is not.
Go ahead, take a seat.
That's my.
injury. Upon his release from the hospital, Ramondo was booked into the Clark County Jail on multiple charges, including second-degree robbery and theft.
It's baloney. What is the charge? Pooping my pants? A succulent poop in my pants? This is democracy manifest. It was Washington, yeah. Happened in Washington. Fent bad, meth good. It's so true. It's everyone says it. Everyone knows that. My favorite lolcow, the goober of Gadoosh, Wes Watson, has been arrested. It happened last night while I was streaming, so it was a beautiful little present that we got to engage with and go down the rabbit hole on. And today, the rare super specimen alpha male was negotiating a bail with his lawyer to the judge. John Bravo covered it, and I want to show you a little bit of that bond hearing before showing you about the arrest. This is all tying back to that brutal assault he had on the 7-foot monster who accepted Wes Watson's challenge to fight him. The 7-foot monster went there expecting a 1v1. It was not a 1v1. Wes Watson was surrounded by the goof troop, who beat him mercilessly with weight belts, dumbbells, and striking him in the head numerous times, upwards of 40 times, while he was down on the ground. And when the 7-foot monster was crawling away after everything was said and done, even though this had already been done and dusted, Wes Watson came back with a soccer kick that absolutely could have killed him, and it led to a facial fracture and concussion. Now, he has been arrested for felony battery.
Wes Watson, the piece of shit. He was in court this morning. They fuck up everywhere. They don't even see the guy has a prior, okay? But again, this is not a trial. This is just him begging and pleading with his bitch lawyer to try to get a bail for it.
I believe Mr. Watson has numerous defenses, including stand your ground, self-defense, and consent to this charge. I understand the state's theory. However, this individual came to Mr. Watson for the specific purpose of challenging him in a street fight.
Objection! I'm gonna hit you with that Phoenix right, because that's just not the whole truth, nothing but the truth. That's a fucking fib. Wes Watson has a history of challenging everyone who gadooches him to fight him. He openly challenges tons and tons of people to come to his gym to fight him. And the 7-foot monster was one of those people that accepted the challenge. Yes, he filmed it. Yes, he was the one that pushed Wes Watson first, but he didn't strike Wes Watson. He approached him, they got into a verbal argument, he shoved Wes, and then that was the end of him attacking Wes. Then it was Wes and his 3 friends hitting him with dumbbells, weight belts, getting him to the floor and striking him in the head as many times as possible in like 2 minutes, and then Wes coming back after it was all over to soccer kick him in the head again. I truly don't believe that you can make a sound argument for self-defense when you watch the entirety of that footage. Now, this is not a trial, I recognize that. This is him just trying to get bail so he can post it. But they really do fuck up. They didn't know he had a prior? How? Wes Watson brags about his prior, the 7 years he spent in jail. He brags about that more than someone who peaked in high school who can't stop recounting the glory days of being the high school quarterback like 40 years ago. He will not stop talking about how much time he spent in jail, yet somehow they didn't know he had a prior?
Your Honor, I don't see any local or out-of-county priors here. I would defer to the court and just simply ask for the stay-away order.
The victim suffered a face fracture, concussion, and 2 black eyes, but it looks like you have a very valid legal argument, Mr. Gottlieb.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would ask for an ROR.
$2,500 count 1, $2,500 count 2 with the stay-away order.
Okay, I just want to, real quick.
Mr. Watson, please don't make any statements. You and I can talk about it. Thank you, sir.
Sorry about that.
No problem. No problem. I'll make sure your bond is arranged. Thank you, Your Honor.
Wes just couldn't help himself. He wanted to yap so badly. I bet he was offended that they didn't see his prior. He was probably going to correct them like, excuse me, Your Honor. This is a load of bullshit. I am a rich stud. I spent 7 years in the slammer, and now look at me. I'm driving 10 Bugattis, and I'm teaching men how to be like me, damn it. The super stud. I went to jail for 7 years. Don't you forget it. I mean this with no exaggeration. Him being in jail for 7 years is probably his proudest achievement. He does not shut the fuck up about it. He is always mentioning how he was in jail for 7 years. So I actually think he was hurt that they didn't see his prior. Now, this again was just for bail. I'm sure he's very happy with how this went down, but I'm hoping that when this does go to trial, they won't be making fuck-ups like this. They won't be making errors like overlooking the 7 years he had already spent locked up. Anyway, though, let's go over his actual arrest here. We did a nice dive into it on stream, so enjoy. It really is just a wonderful thing watching Wes Watson get arrested. Alright, Wes Watson lol cow update. Apparently he's getting arrested. Wes Watson has been allegedly arrested by Miami PD an hour ago. Witnesses confirmed he was put in the back of the car. Reason unknown. Probably has something to do with the blatant assault that was on camera. With Wes Watson, it could be a number of things. Maybe it isn't the assault that we watched. Maybe he was, I don't know, hooping paperwork in the bathroom of the gym and someone reported him for it. It really could be anything. The police gadooshing him. Yeah, he just can't stop. He's a gadoosh magnet. And what's really sad and almost poetically beautiful, Wes Watson isn't really a known name, so there's not a single article written about his arrest. It just comes from Ballbusters with 20 likes. You gotta check the county, you have to check the county mugshot to see his charges. Okay. Oh, here we go. Yep, they got it here already. They did all the hard work. Alright. So they got him on battery and aggravated assault, which is what we saw in that footage where he beat that man with weight belts and then his friends were also beating him and he was soccer kicking his head when he was on the ground. What an alpha male, Wes. What an alpha male. But he's back at home. He spent, what, 10 years in jail? And he talked about how much he loved it. Talked about how he'd always, like, show his butthole around or whatever. Whatever he liked to brag about. How good he was at hooping his paperwork. I'm sure he's happy. I bet he is going to be more comfortable in that cell than in his $90,000 or $900,000 a month rented mansion or whatever it is. I already forgot. Numbers always change. 5'8", lol. I mean, everyone knew he was short. Did he pretend he wasn't? That's not surprising. You can literally see him next to people and recognize he's not tall. He's taller than you. Yeah, barely. And I'm short. He used to say he was 6 foot. Oh, Wes. That's so sad. You want to know something even more sad? He's probably not actually 5'8". He's probably closer to my height at 5'6". They probably had him in his fucking clown shoes, giving him an extra 2 inches. Kind of like what they do for basketball stats, where they just put your height like a little inch or 2 taller. Oh, the mugshot! Oh, see, he looks happy. He looks at peace. This is actually the happiest I've seen him look in, what, months? Because usually he's red in the face, melting down, talking about getting gadooshed by Redditors. He's just perpetually on edge. Even when he's talking to his girl that he rents, he's always, like, mad. And he's always trying to, like, prove something. But here, he looks, like, so serene. He's in his happy place again. He's back in jail, baby. I'm excited to see what they set his bond at. This is fresh, too. This is straight off the press. We got boots on the ground right now for this. How'd they get him? Well, it was filmed. They have multiple angles of him beating the shit out of a man, soccer kicking his head while he's already on the ground and hitting him with weight belts. John Bravo counted it. What was it? 48 hits to the head? From Wes alone? It was something like that. God, it is crazy how he replies to every single person in text messages. I want to be able to identify men by their assholes easier. Nice. That is something Wes said. In Wes's own words, he said people used to identify him not by his face, but his asshole when he was locked up. He would brag about that. He really is a lolcow. He is. He responds to every single DM, every single text message, everything. And then when someone finally takes him up on his infamous, come fight me, bro, he has his friends jump him and they hit him with weapons, dumbbells and weight belts, and then kicking his head while he's on the ground for like 45 seconds, delivering well north of 40 plus blows to the head and 4 soccer kicks. Also, he literally did say that verbatim. I even played the clip. Okay, here. I got him again from my same phone number I pranked him on a month ago. I'm interested in coaching. Let me know and you can go over more details. What's up, bro? What's your main focal point? I'm 5'5", 240. I eat cupcakes, chips all day. I beat my stick 8 times a day. Sometimes I even drink it because it tastes good and I'm a freak, but I want to break that habit. Are you messing with me or do you really do that last part you texted me? Don't waste my time. I really do it. Oh my god, I'm not reading all this. Jesus. $5,999 a month. Or, great deal, $15K for 3 months. Whoa. Wait, I gotta stop the music for that. That's a steal. That's an incredible deal. He's just giving his juice away. He's getting this Krabby Patty secret formula into the hands of desperate men for such a low cost, only $6,000 a month? Holy. Okay, I'll do the 12 months for 40K. Great! You need it! Okay. Oh, is this where the leaf blower meme comes from? Is this the genesis? Do I need a leaf blower to start? Do I need to rent escorts? Do I need to rent supercars? Do I need to rent a mansion? Do I need to beef with Reddit users daily? Do I need to scream at people on Instagram? Do I need to drive around my rental in circles? Does every body part need to be tatted? Do I need to use Metal Gear Solid exclamation points, basically, after every sentence? Do I need to turn gay? Do I need to link up with Latos and Nick and circle jerk with him at Elevation? Also, will Diddy be there? I knew you were a troll. You're nothing but a beta bitch. Fuck off and keep being a pussy. You'll never be anything in life. And then a picture of a leaf blower. This is not real. Nope, it is. Wes Watson, if he wasn't in jail right now, you could test it yourself. If you DM'd him saying like, hey, I'm looking for coaching, he would respond being like, yes, for only $6,000 a month. What do you want? And if you just like hit him with anything like you're a bitch, you'd be like, all right, well, and then he'll go on like Instagram and post a story. So I had this bitch come out a stud like me. Can you believe this? Oh my god. Daily. Actually, I'm gonna check his Instagram right now. I'm gonna wager a guess he has nothing shy of 30 stories just today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Just shy. We just missed it. It's crazy. But here he is. I don't know what I wonder what he's complaining about.
You'll understand there's a fucking point there. And I know the answer to all of this shit, but you guys don't seem to. You guys keep falling.
It's just because you're a galaxy brain, Wes. No one goes to jail more effectively than you, brother. Yeah, he does that like 30 times a day, at least. Unfortunately, his arrest is going to make it so he's going to fall short of his quota of stories on Instagram, unfortunately. But, you know, it is what it is. When you're a stud like Wes, sometimes you gotta go into the slammer every now and then. It would be over 30 if he wasn't in jail for the past 2 hours. Yeah. Yeah. He got felony charges, lol. Yep. I know. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Wonder how many people send him the 6K. I don't know how many people send him the 6K, but there's a lot of dudes that try and suck on his meat and try and do exactly what he does. So there's like an old guy that this subreddit was clowning on for a while. I forgot his name. I'm sure if I scrolled down far enough, I could just come across him. But there's a couple dudes that do literally what Wes Watson does one-to-one, even mimicking the way he speaks. Like his voice intonation, everything. One-to-one to try and carbon copy his success. Whoa. Definitely didn't expect Rooster Teeth to be back on the menu. I'm sure many of you remember when it shut down not that long ago. Rooster Teeth used to be a juggernaut on the internet with Red vs. Blue, Achievement Hunter, Let's Plays. They were at the forefront of content online. But over the course of many years of being at the top, people started to lose interest, and it felt like Rooster Teeth kind of spread themselves thin. They had like 60 different podcasts and 30 different channels, like really random channels sometimes too, like, you know, Chef Guilford's Kitchen Crazies. I'm whipping up wacky recipes this week, and somehow it's affiliated with Rooster Teeth with like 400 subscribers. So Rooster Teeth, over time, just started to have people stop watching. and it was like this nosebleed that just never stopped. So they started bleeding out, they were losing tons of money, and most people could see the writing on the walls that Rooster Teeth wasn't going to be around much longer, and then in March of last year, it formally shut down. That is until today, when out of nowhere, like a boner in the night, Bernie Burns, one of the co-founders of Rooster Teeth, acquired it again. Now, for those that don't remember, he actually sold Rooster Teeth back in 2014 for a bag. Bernie, he made off like Scrooge McDuck with Rooster Teeth, sold it at its peak, and now in 2025 must have acquired this for pennies on the dollar, because right now the name carries about as much weight as Blockbuster. It doesn't really have anything. It still has the YouTube channel, the main YouTube channel with millions of subs, but those aren't active subscribers, and the channel has been in the gutter for years where people weren't really watching what got posted there. So it's not the most appealing channel to spend a ton of money on, and all of the property Rooster Teeth used to own, it doesn't have anymore. So he's not buying those things. The obvious one Rooster Teeth I'm confident still has the rights to fully is Red vs. Blue. But Red vs. Blue had an ending. So, I mean, of course, that doesn't mean shit anymore. Like, you can always just dust it off if you want. You could even pull a fucking Marvel and have the multiverse of Red vs. Blue if you wanted, but that never really goes over super well. So I don't know if that was, like, the main motivation here, because he wants Red vs. Blue back, because I don't exactly know what you do with the property now that it's ended. And all of the other active property Rooster Teeth used to have, well, they got sold. So they're owned by things that aren't Rooster Teeth. And some of the talent Rooster Teeth used to have acquired their own shows independently of Rooster Teeth. So now they're all doing their own things, not with Rooster Teeth. So I don't even know what he's buying other than the name, which I think is cool. I'm very excited to see what he does, but it's a really interesting purchase, and it's got me feeling like my boy George. I'm beyond curious what Bernie's going to do with Rooster Teeth now back in his paws. Maybe this is something he did just because he's got tons of money and the brand obviously means a lot to him, so maybe he just wanted to have it back and he doesn't have any like grand vision for it. Or maybe he's out there scheming with ways to bring Rooster Teeth back into the fold. Either way, I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's very cool that Rooster Teeth in some capacity is alive again. Yes, it kind of went out with a bit of a whimper, but you cannot downplay just how impactful Rooster Teeth was on the internet as a whole in its early formative years with video content. Now, Rooster Teeth put out this press release saying, Rooster Teeth to find new home with brand's original creator Bernie Burns at Box Canyon Productions. 9 months ago, Rooster Teeth announced that it would shut its doors after 21 years of creating content. Today, the Rooster Teeth brand and much of its remaining assets have been acquired by founder Bernie Burns and his independent company, Box Canyon Productions. So that statement that he now acquired the remaining Rooster Teeth assets, I don't know what the fuck that's referring to, because, again, most of the active assets in its death throes were sold. So, Ruby, for example, their flagship animation, that's owned by Viz Media. There's no way Bernie has now got Ruby back. It's not like that would be bundled in with this Rooster Teeth purchase. That's entirely in Viz's toy box now. And it's not like he got a lot of the shows back, because those shows, they were personality-driven shows, and the personalities behind it have now all gone independent and do their own productions. And all of them have voiced how much they prefer working in these like small teams together without like the puppet masters overhead, you know, pulling at the strings. So I don't think he gets those shows back and the talent comes with it or anything. So I don't know what assets he got with Rooster Teeth other than Red vs. Blue. That's the only one popping into my noodle right now, but I'm sure I'm overlooking a couple. My guess would be, this is just a hunch, a tickle in the old sack that tells me that Bernie's plan with Rooster Teeth is to literally build it from scratch again. That's what I think. Because the end of Rooster Teeth was pretty catastrophic. And I have to imagine Bernie noticed that. Like, I have to imagine Bernie knows why Rooster Teeth was failing, from all the bloat, spreading thin, crunch, and like for every one successful show Rooster Teeth had, they had 10 super stinkers go right down the shitter. So I personally feel like Bernie is looking to try and bring back the magic of Rooster Teeth, what it was when he still owned it, where it was creative and focusing on like actually good productions as opposed to just focusing on expanding as many productions as they could possibly get their grubby little paws in. Again, I'm just spitballing. I'm just taking a guess. We don't exactly know what Bernie's, master plan is with Rooster Teeth, the 5D chess moves he's going to make with it, but I really don't think his primary motivator for purchasing Rooster Teeth again was to try and, grab some of the remaining assets, whatever those may be, whatever that is in the fucking post-apocalyptic Fallout universe that is the Rooster Teeth empire in shambles. So I'm thinking he just wants to go from square one again, build it, and then not make the same mistakes that it fell victim to when he sold it. Again, just a guess, and usually my predictions are wrong, so definitely take it with a grain of salt. Anyway, back to the press release. To finish it off, they just give a general overview here of the timeline. Bernie Burns, founder of the online media outlet Rooster Teeth, has officially acquired the beloved entertainment brand. This milestone marks a new chapter for Rooster Teeth as it returns to the hands of its original creator as part of his company Box Canyon Productions. Under Burns' leadership, the historic brand plans to renew its focus on innovation, community engagement, and the spirit of creativity that first defined its success. Burns started Rooster Teeth in 2003 with the breakout success of Red vs. Blue, the longest-running web series in history. Over the years, Rooster Teeth expanded into a multimedia powerhouse, producing hit shows like Ruby and the International RTX Convention Series, while fostering a passionate global fan base. With this acquisition, Burns aims to reignite the collaborative and community-driven energy that made Rooster Teeth a trailblazer in digital entertainment. "I am excited at the challenge of bringing Rooster Teeth back to its roots," said Burns. "The heart of this brand has always been its fans, and I look forward to writing a new chapter together." As an early pioneer of online video content, Rooster Teeth set the standard for how fan-first entertainment could thrive in the digital age. With Burns back at the helm, fans can anticipate a renewed dedication to Rooster Teeth's original mission to entertain, inspire, and connect. Along with the acquisition, Box Canyon announced a new development slate of productions for 2025, including renewed production of some of the platform's classic shows, a new original audio adventure again, and an untitled reimagining of Burns' first film, The Schedule. It definitely does sound like there's big plans in the works here for Rooster Teeth. Again, I don't know what classic shows he now has under his belt to work with, but excited to see what the roadmap looks like for Rooster Teeth going forward. They did also post a little hype video, letting us all know that it's under new management.
Guys, why the lights off? I'm back from getting milk. What the hell happened?
The more I sit here and think about it, I think there's also a very real chance with Bernie at the head of Rooster Teeth again, that he's able to get a lot of the talent that went to do their own things back, at least to a certain extent, to Rooster Teeth. So maybe he'd be able to get like the original gang back together for, the next go around at the rodeo. I think that's also something that's probably not off the table, because I imagine Rooster Teeth is a very sentimental brand to a lot of people. And I think, someone like Jeff might be open to the idea with Rooster Teeth under Bernie to come back and at least do content with it and engage with it in some capacity, and I'm sure there's others that would as well. So maybe that's also something that's part of the strategy going forward. Either way, very unexpected to see Rooster Teeth rise from the ashes like a phoenix, not even a full year after it closed. And yeah, I guess we'll see what happens with Rooster Teeth going forward. That's about it. See ya. I remember growing up, there used to be this classic scene in like every movie where you'd have this grown man walking down his driveway in a bathrobe with a cup of joe in his hand and pick up the newspaper to start his morning. Yeah, now that I'm 30, I do something similar, but instead of going and getting the newspaper, I have Matt send me some wacky stuff. And today he blessed me with a pretty pitiful meltdown from this guy who lost his gourd over a girl he was talking to through a dating app not having any interest in him anymore. And I'll go over that in a second, but it led to a Jimmy Neutron brain blast where I remembered one from a couple years ago where this dude just wouldn't take no for an answer in a garage, and it is so pathetic. So I'm just going to go over both of them. So the text messages start with him asking, "Are we still on tomorrow? Just wondering as I can make other plans." That already doesn't exude a lot of confidence here. I'm guessing he was not receiving answers in a timely enough fashion, so he started to pick up on the hunch that maybe she wasn't as interested as she once was. And then she confirms his suspicion, saying, "I'm so sorry. Read your message when I was busy, forgot to reply. Sorry, I found a connection with someone else, so I'm just gonna see how that goes. Probably not a good idea to meet tomorrow. Sorry, did enjoy talking to you, and I hope your family get-together was fun." He was playing second fiddle, and she wasn't looking for more members of the band, so she just kind of let him down gently, I think. Better than being ghosted, I'd say. She just kind of gave him the business. But he was not ready for that business. He was hoping business operation hours were closed. He completely loses his mind. "Haha, my total lack of surprise. Good luck." Crying emojis, laughing, but he's actually just crying. You can actually feel the salty tears through the phone screen. "You know what? Fuck you, scummy." He is very hurt, very much so. "Scummy little fuck, talking to numerous guys on dating apps, lining them up, taking or faking connections with people, setting up dates and ruining people's weekends. I got your name and I got your details, and you'll see something later, twat. Little shit bag. Fuck off, worthless trash." So now he's going into, like, threats. "I got your name and I got your details." So I guess he was gonna fucking show up there like the Undertaker or something. I don't, like, it's a dating app, man. Like, she's not your girlfriend. You haven't even met yet. So yeah, she's probably talking to other people on there the same way I bet you would be if you had more than one match over the course of 2 years. That's not some surprising revelation like, "Oh my god, you whore, you're talking to multiple men on Tinder? How could you? You're supposed to be mine and mine alone. We matched, for God's sake. Oh my goodness, for crying out loud. We were a perfect match. Tinder said so. We had plans." Like, brother, yeah, it's unlucky that she found someone that she was more interested in, but at the very least, she didn't ghost you, so you know exactly where you stand. Just move the fuck on. She responds saying, "There's no need to be rude, I'm sorry. I was talking to you and someone else, and the other guy just lives closer, so it's more convenient too. Don't appreciate the threat. I've tried to keep it respectful, but yikes. Good luck to you." That once again sets the bomb off, so he just starts spamming fuck off, and then he calls her fat. This is like the actual classic nice guy meltdown, by the way. This is like the quintessential Tinder nice guy weirdo when he gets rejected. "You're fat fuck anyway. When that guy's done with you, you'll wish you had a chance with someone like me." Oh, ew, oh. People like this exist, by the way. Isn't that crazy? I was giving you a chance. Yeah, you missed out on a real saint here, lady. You missed out on Casanova. You fucked it, kid. Bye. He thought he was on Xbox Live for a moment. I think he just kind of got lost in the sauce with that last little bit. But he wasn't done here. His rage couldn't be contained on just a single app, so then he started directly texting her with, once again, another threat. "I want to have a word with you about your behavior on dating apps, and if it's not possible through phone, it will be in person. I want to talk to your manager. I need to report your Tinder dating behavior. You talked to multiple men on a dating app. That's a big no-no. You're going straight to the slammer for that one, missy." Goober thought they were dating just because they matched on Tinder. He probably told his whole family that he had a girlfriend just because they had a match in like 2 conversations through Tinder. It's scary though. Like, that is actually frightening. All she did was just very gently tell him, "Hey, look, found someone else. Not gonna be going to the weekend plans that we had scheduled. Sorry." And now he's about to like show up to her house to have a word with her about it in person, which is of course always a recipe for disaster. So hopefully she has the means of defending herself should this guy actually show up. But anyway, after reading this, it reminded me of a video from a couple years back where a guy could not take no for an answer. Like, I don't really know what connects these two other than rejection. I don't know why this popped into my noodle after reading this, but I'm glad it did because I hadn't revisited this video in a long time.
Gotcha.
This is just golden. What a beautiful start. So the dude's leaning on the driver's side window, hitting her with the puppy dog eyes. How can you say no to a face like that? Then he starts like moving back and forth, and he starts to pout a little bit. It looks like a kid who got sent to timeout. So he's outside the driver window. He's just, I don't really know what his plan is. He's just hoping maybe she'll change her mind. So the backstory is they had met at a bar. He was kind of normal then and then started getting a little rowdy and was touching them, and really, he just really wanted to fuck. And they were not about that. So they left and he followed them to the garage, and now this is his last-ditch Hail Mary to get some pussy, I guess. Leaning on the driver window doing this.
You guys are still parked right next to the,
Brother, at least start mewing or something. Like, come on. Spam some Fortnite emotes. Do something. He's just sitting there idle animations. Like, come on. This is never going to work. This never stood a chance. So, they actually ended up confronting him, and that conversation is something to behold.
No, I believe you 100%, but...
Well, what was wrong with going home? If the Uber takes you home, you're safe.
I had a bad, it's embarrassing. Like, I had a bad argument with my girlfriend.
A what?
A bad argument with my girlfriend.
Okay, well, we called
like,
you.
I don't want to, like, go home to her because she's going to be...
Oh, you guys live together?
Yeah. Like,
well, then you can stay out for a minute.
There's a lot of lore here, so try to keep up, Buster. We're getting an exposition dump right off rip. So, he's obviously hammered. He's had a little bit of alcohol. And he is now saying that he has a girlfriend, and I also love the way the lady filming responds to that, saying, "A what? A girlfriend?" Like, just complete shock with the way he's behaving here, while also apparently having a significant other. I have a game theory. He doesn't have a girlfriend. I think he was trying to make himself seem like a bad boy, and somehow more desirable, like, hey, look, I have a girlfriend. Women like me. Will you like me?
She's gonna, like, try to, like, fuck me up. You know?
Okay, then you don't need to go home.
Like,
back in jail?
Yeah, like...
So you were in jail. And we're supposed to trust you immediately.
No, but, like, she's, like, put me in jail, you know?
Okay, I don't get what that means. Your Uber, Jorge, is gonna be picking you up. You should go.
Can I tell you something?
Sure.
She put me in jail for like 2 days.
For what? Okay, what'd you do?
It was domestic abuse.
So you hit her?
He's got the silver tongue. He knows just what to say to tickle a woman's heart, huh? Man, I don't know how they stood strong in rejecting this man's advances to go home with them. He's just openly telling them that he's been to jail for domestic abuse. That's a big play. That's a very bold strategy. I mean, I guess we'll see how it plays out for him. Spoiler alert, it doesn't go over really well. Women that you're trying to woo don't usually like to hear that you have a history of domestic abuse.
No.
So what'd you do?
She had bruises on her from sex.
So you hit her. From what?
From sex.
Oh my god.
It was from sex. I never hit her. I never closed it. I never hit her with a closed hand.
Your Uber, Jorge, we called you.
He briefly dropped the Tommy Wiseau right there. I didn't hit her. I did not. So he's saying that when he went to jail for domestic abuse, it's not because he hit her with a closed hand. He makes sure to make a specific mention of a closed hand. He says she had bruises on her from sex. I don't know, man. The story's not making a ton of sense. Something's not checking out here.
Is gonna be here in 5 minutes. You should head
out.
out.
No, but I'm saying, like, I never hit her with a closed hand.
Okay.
It was closed.
With a closed hand. So with an open hand?
But I never...
Oh my god. Okay. Like I said, it was really nice meeting you, but we called you an Uber. We're not forcing you to get home drunk. Like, Literally, you should head up before, like, I'm gonna have to call the cops.
I'm super surprised they engaged with this conversation for as long as they did, and they were even nice enough to call this guy an Uber. Like, that I am shocked by, like, actually. So they call him an Uber and everything, and he still is just not taking no for an answer. He is still preventing them from leaving and trying to, I don't know, salvage this situation so he can get laid or something. Like, I don't know what his plan is. Like, he's talked about going to jail for domestic abuse and how he didn't beat his girl with a closed hand. So then they said, well, so you hit her with an open hand? He's like, but it was never a closed hand. Like, I don't know what playbook he's running in his head here, but it is not John Madden's finest plays that he's executing. I can say that much with confidence.
Because now it's like harassment. We called you an Uber. I appreciate the drinks. You should head up.
Where should I go?
You should head up and find, like, Punch Bowl Social. They're in a red Ford Fusion. Go to them. Don't look at her. Like, what is she gonna do? I'm telling you no. This is my car. No, you okay, I don't know you. I don't care. I don't care. It's been like 20 minutes at this point. We called you an Uber. Please leave. Here, probably. They're almost here. Go find Jorge. Literally.
Now he's moping and he's like, but pussy though? But what about the vagina? I love how he's just like, well, where do I go though? If I can't go home with you, there's nowhere left for me. The streets? You're gonna make me go sleep on the streets? Is that what you want? That's gonna be on your conscience. It's like, brother, just they called you an Uber, man. They did so much more than they needed to for a fucking creep weirdo like you, man. Just get in the Uber and go the fuck home. Call it a wrap.
But I'm not about...
I don't care. I'm gonna get in the car. Please leave. Leave. Now.
What, did I ask you something?
I don't care. Leave.
I'm not about...
I don't give a fuck. It's gonna escalate. Leave. Leave right now. I'm getting in the car. I don't give a fuck.
He continues to choose the worst dialogue options, and she just gets so fed up. She just gets in the car, her friend gets in the car, and presumably they leave. Somehow he probably stops blocking her at some point. She just keeps telling him, you're making it worse. Get the fuck away. And it eventually leads to them being able to get out of there. Anyway, though, just wanted to talk about these two things real quick. That's about it. See ya. Look at the sheen on my hair right now. I am dripping more grease than a Taco Bell Crunch Wrap. It's because I keep negotiating time away from my shower right now to play Morph Path of Exile 2. I am hard addicted. And a large reason why I've got this needle in my veins like it's heroin is because Elon Musk rage baited me into it. When he had the whole, hoopla with him having a boosted account that he piloted really poorly through his live streams, it made me want to grind the game even more. I had already liked the game, but I had kind of petered off on playing it for like 5-6 hours a day. And then after seeing that, and then him finally admitting to having people play his account for him, it just made me just fucking go hog wild into grinding this myself. Now I have over 160 hours, I've changed my build 4 times, and I am just the optimal meta build right now. And I'm having a great time, but it made me want to dive even deeper into the topic of rage bait, because he didn't do it on purpose. He's just a dog shit gamer who is a fraud. But the idea of rage bait is something that everyone knows is really effective when it comes to engagement, which is why so many blue checkmark Twitter accounts are constantly farming rage bait because they make money off it, and when people are angry, they are constantly engaging with the thing that makes them mad. They can't help but just poke on it and just stay there. And tinfoil condom conspiracy time, it's also one of the big things I think AI is being utilized for by Meta when they made that huge announcement about how Instagram is going to be flooded with AI accounts. I think a big thing they're going to do is engagement farm through rage bait with their flesh, organic, sentient users. So you're going to have these AI accounts that are constantly trying to pick apart your insecurities or feed you stories that are going to make you mad, because when you're mad, you are locked in on the thing that is upsetting you, and you stay on the platform. I think that's going to be a big thing that their AI accounts are used for, but we all know this. We all know how big rage bait is right now because it is such a good engagement tool. Why you see journalists constantly scrambling to get the most incendiary headlines out immediately because you get the clicks. But aside from just engagement farming, it is also an extremely effective marketing strategy, which is why it's become such a successful and popular trend with marketing mobile games. I'm sure a lot of you have seen these before where either it's a fake game, but the gameplay is someone playing something really poorly. Usually it's you're shooting these people and it makes a bigger number and you gotta move left and right, and whoever's doing it is really bad at it, and also if that game doesn't exist, you end up buying like some kind of farming sim bootleg knockoff. Even Anthony Starr, fucking Homelander, couldn't resist suckling on these teats to get a taste of that sweet milk that they produce, and it's the same shit, different toilet. It's bad gameplay, he's the spokesperson for it, but the bad gameplay is integral to selling these mobile games. Now, I'm not a rage bait psychologist or anything, so I don't fully understand why it works so well, but there is something, a little demon embedded deep in all of our souls, that when it sees something as pathetic as this mobile game gameplay, it makes us want to try it to do it better than what we just watched, because that was trash. That was actually tragic. And it works. It gets people into the door to try these games. And the most notable example of this, it's one from very recent memory, Ludwig with League of Legends. I'm sure he's not thrilled that I keep bringing this up, but I think this is the best example. One that I think would warrant a real case study to see the correlation between Ludwig's bad gameplay on his climb to Plat and an influx of new players to the game itself, at least temporarily. Because, for those that don't know, Ludwig was doing this challenge where he was going to hit Plat in League of Legends, except he was beyond horrible at the game. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We're not pulling any punches here. I'm not here to, pat him on the back. He was absolutely so bad at that game. I would sit there and watch his streams for hours and just stew. Like, just sit here and steam, speaking to myself out loud, how can he be this bad? And it was such a profound effect watching him be this bad at the game, it made me come out of retirement, fall off the wagon. I was sober from League of Legends for over 4 years. I hadn't touched the stuff. I was an avid addict for a while. I eventually kicked the habit, and I broke my sobriety because Ludwig was so bad at the game, it made me feel compelled to get in there to prove it's not as hard as he's making it look. Now, eventually, over time, Ludwig was able to overcome this hurdle, and he was able to make it to Plat. Huge congratulations. The Plat Patriot did it. He was successful in his venture, but it was an extremely rough journey, and it served as this really impressive lightning rod that I'm sure Riot Games couldn't help but thank him for. They probably had like a fucking bubblegum tribute statue to him like Helga from Hey Arnold because of all the new players he most likely brought in through his bad gameplay. Him streaming that game for fucking 6 hours a day, 10 hours sometimes, probably did so much to make people so angry at his gameplay that they felt the need to try it themselves to see if it really is that hard, or to see if they were better than him, which a lot of people probably felt they were, myself included. So it got me in the door playing League again. Now all of a sudden I've done some solo queue. I'm actually fucking malfunctioning because my brain is trying to reject the idea that I'm grinding League again. But I've been doing solo queue. I am playing League again, and I plan on grinding League again. Whereas I was sober until Lud's terrible gameplay. And I just find it so interesting how effective rage bait is, because it's not just like a flaw with me. Rage bait is something that you can very clearly see works. You can see the most engaged posts on any social media platform are going to be the ones that are making people angry. It's very rarely something positive that is getting as much traction as something negative or something that's making people mad. And you can now see it in marketing material where when someone is playing something poorly or doing something that doesn't make sense to sell a product, it makes people more likely to try it. Another good example of this is those videos that always pop up on TikTok and everywhere else where it's like DIY shit, how to fix a blown out tire using a carrot, save hundreds of dollars on tire repair using a carrot and toothpaste. And it'll just show them doing this unbelievably inefficient repair that will never actually work with like a fucking carrot. Or like, I broke my sink with the sledgehammer and now I'm really upset, but don't worry, luckily I had 5 shoelaces in my garage. Here's how I can fix my whole sink using just these shoelaces. And it's this wild, elaborate fucking Rube Goldberg machine to bring the sink back to life. And you watch it and you think to yourself, this is so stupid, that's not ever going to work. But those posts get so much engagement, and like the point is, the whole reason I'm rambling and ranting is I just find rage bait to be such a strong tool now that people are starting to see. Companies, individuals. And it's so interesting to me because now I'm 160 hours deep in Path of Exile 2, whereas a week and a half ago, I would still just be casually playing it like an hour or two here and there. But now I am so laser focused on this game, all because Elon Musk streamed himself being a fraud gamer. That is such a wild concept to me, and I imagine I'm not alone in that. I'm sure for a lot of people this isn't some kind of shocking revelation, but I guess for me I just never really stopped to think about how effective a tool rage really is. Because I like Path of Exile 2 a lot. I fucking love the game. Yeah, it's got some problems, but overall I'm having an amazing time. Would I be this deep in the game if Elon Musk didn't play it so shittily? No, I wouldn't have. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about this a little bit, almost kind of like a pseudo cry for help, because I've been up till 5 a.m. the last 4 nights playing Path of Exile 2. Point is though, rage bait, really effective shit. Really, really effective. That's about it. See ya. Korean food tier list.
I like our intros are just getting shorter and shorter. Next one, we're just gonna go Italy.
Bring up the dish.
Yeah.
What's in it?
It is.
So it's a lot. It's mostly vegetarian, except there is anchovies.
Okay. Just pretend it's a Caesar salad.
You can have that when I broke it.
There's also 9 other choices.
I'm gonna break them all.
Except for yours.
Is this spicy sauce?
I guess we'll find out.
It's not bad.
Actually, I will take the one you broke because I don't want to hold it. Oh, Jesus, I'm good.
Just good.
Are these normally served cold? I feel like it'd be better hot.
Just pretend you bunched up a bunch of rice on a fork and you just put it in your mouth.
I can't do a full one. It's not bad. This is what I was saying yesterday. The flavors, no matter what the sushi is, if I like the flavors, it's okay. My brain doesn't want to swallow it. It's not bad.
No, it's definitely not bad. I don't love it, but it's not bad.
Yeah, I would firmly put it as it's not bad. I would never order it in my life, but it's not bad.
If you had to put that as like a letter on a
I think
ranking.
that's probably like a C.
Yeah.
I'd also put that at like a C, like a high C. I don't know. I think it's just, for me, it's just a bundle of vegetables and seaweed.
And it's a little dry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It might have been better hot, where it's like, I don't know, maybe give it a little more mush to it. Yeah.
What countries border South Korea? Bonus. Bonus. What seas border South Korea? It's not the Pacific Ocean. There's specific names for them.
I think I always just need to accept geography's a wash.
Yeah, geography is a wash. I'll just take the guaranteed border.
If we team up, they can't win. You'll see.
Here, why don't you show me what he's thinking?
It's doing the Call of Duty like Modern Warfare info screen, like mission start screen, where it's zooming in on the country and everything. In Charlie's head, he's like, okay, South Korea.
Korea, I'm not gonna bother. I'll just take that and be done. What was your second one?
Gulf of America. I also added Atlantic and Pacific.
He literally said it wasn't a Pacific.
I said it wasn't oceans.
Yeah. Oh.
There's the East Sea, which is the Sea of Japan, East China Sea to the south, and the Yellow Sea, which is that little bay.
I thought there were.
Yeah, there's a lot. They go crazy. They love seas there.
There's a Red Sea.
Yeah, there's also the Dead Sea.
Jeez.
Do you know why they call it the Dead Sea?
So salty.
Yes, actually.
I think it lives in there. That's when you can float in.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, on top of the water.
You can just.
Damn, I thought I was the only one in the world who knew that.
You almost were.
So this is the kimchi jjigae. It's like a kimchi stew.
I've had that.
So it's supposed to be served with rice.
I love rice. Thank you.
And there is pork belly in there, tofu, and then lots of kimchi.
Nice. Have you had this before, Matt?
Nope. I've had rice.
Okay.
Have you had this before?
I have. Not this exact dish, but a kimchi stew.
Here, let me try the rice real quick. It's good rice.
How is it?
It's good. That's good stuff. I like that. I like that a lot. The pork belly is actually really good. I wouldn't have guessed.
That is good.
I'm not normally a belly guy.
More of a breast guy.
Yeah.
Little piggy titty.
The wildest part is I was thinking of saying piggy titty.
No, there's no way you were.
I was actually going to say pig tit.
That's I was gonna say pig tits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an. I'll give it an A.
It was between B and A. It's an A.
Yeah, I'm gonna go A.
It's a high B, low A.
What fruit is primarily grown on the Korean island of Jeju? A. Tangerines. B. Apples. C. Mangoes. Or D. Kiwis?
I don't think it's kiwis, right? Otherwise, it'd be stepping on New Zealand's toes.
That would be bad.
Yeah.
That's a bird.
Yeah, kiwis.
And the
You're right.
people.
You're right.
Well, it's actually both. It's just when a kiwi gets too ripe.
Sprouts wings.
Hatches into a bird.
Yeah.
Oh, you put what I put.
Oh, yeah, I went A.
Tangerines is correct.
Oh.
Good work,
Good.
boys.
That's big.
Whoa! This looks like something I might be excited.
It's called Dakbokyum Tang. It's essentially like a spicy chicken stew.
Fuck.
So I don't think it's that spicy. So it's chicken thighs, and then it's made with like a red paste, carrots, and some other vegetables in a stock.
I can see it steaming,
Rice.
so be careful.
Thank you. That's some tender chicken.
Yeah, that is very tender. The way my fork just slid in there.
Let's get some of that rice.
Yeah, you're super right. When you're right, you're right.
Oh yeah, that looks good. A little bit of green onion on there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's toasty.
Oh, you forgot your carrots.
Oh, here, give me one, please. Just sounded like a tender chicken.
Man, that's a tender carrot.
I'll get it.
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
Man, the chicken is just falling off the bone.
Yeah.
Declothing itself for me.
You've degloved the chicken.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that is way too hot. You're not gonna wanna... Wait, did you already?
I already ate it. Yeah, that's why I said that's good stuff.
How the fuck? It's melting
then
my fork.
The notes of white rice coming through at the end.
The notes of white rice.
Oh, wow. I need another carrot. Those are good carrots.
Oh, that's good stuff.
That's really good.
That's very good. It's not too spicy either.
Nice little kick to it. Oh, that bone is really hot on my hands.
That's why I'm not touching the bone.
Oh, wow.
I'm eating it like a little baby boy. That does go crazy. What was this called again?
Dakbokyum Tang, which is definitely not how you say it correctly.
Nope. That's
Here,
wrong.
Aaron is gonna say it right now in the edit, the correct way.
Dakbokyum Tang.
This is delicious.
That is delicious.
This is an S.
This is the S, for sure.
I really am enjoying this. We should put out the recipes in the description so people can make this along and eat it with us.
Make along at home. Alright, pause your video and go make some chicken.
Pause now and make dish number 3.
Isn't that yummy?
That was delicious.
That's good.
I really liked that. All right, Aaron.
Let me lay it on you. The Korean food, Haejonguk, translates to what in English? A. Beer soup. B. Hangover soup. C. Chicken soup. Or D. Soup of the gods. Use your knowledge of Korean root words
So I'm
to figure
getting
this out.
I'm getting a feeling it's soup.
That's kind of the idea I've got too.
Well, beer soup could just be a bunch of beer poured in a big bowl. And you just dip your mug in there and pull it out. And you get a cool mixture of beers.
Like I said, isn't that just
Yeah,
beer?
Like a king's bowl.
I see.
Yeah.
Pizza! Pizza! Nom nom nom. Pizza! Pizza! Pizza!
All right, so using context clues.
Use those. I threw those to the side.
Matt is correct. It is hangover soup.
Yeah, I had a feeling. The soup of the gods sounds so fucking cool.
It does sound badass.
What do you think is the soup of the gods?
Chicken noodle.
cheddar.
Ooh, that one is really good.
That one does.
Or French onion, actually.
It's probably French onion. If
Soup
we're
at
talking like on a
Toscana.
global scale.
French onion, I forgot about there.
French
Yeah.
onion. Depends where you get the French onion.
Yeah, if it's Miller's Ale House, woo! That's the soup of the gods right there, baby.
Actually, you know what? Shout out to Miller's Ale House for somehow having unbelievably
Insane.
good French onion
Legitimately
soup.
insane.
Even
For a
though it'll
restaurant
probably
that
take you
just
an hour and a
microwaves
half to
everything.
get it
Yes.
because no one will talk to you.
Oh!
This is Korean street toast.
I love
So
that.
it's
I love
cabbage,
that.
carrots, onion, egg.
Is
Toast.
this a potato bread? No, this is egg bread. That looks like egg
I
bread.
believe so. And then it's ketchup.
Otherwise
and
known as challah.
Egg on egg. Bold choice.
Yep. Fuck with salt.
I really
Fuck with salt.
I wish I didn't bite into like the hardest piece of cabbage this world's ever seen, but that was good.
I like that. The way you took that bite sounded like the vacuum from Teletubbies. Did you ever watch Teletubbies?
A little bit.
You remember the episode where their toast machine broke?
Absolutely not.
Spit toast all over the place. They were freaking the
See,
fuck
I
out.
remember that. I remember that, but with the custard machine. I thought it was the custard machine.
Oh,
like,
I think it was.
exploded around the whole thing.
I think it was.
Yeah.
But the saying was, it's time for Tubby Toast.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Yeah, I like this combo a lot. This looks like a potato pancake down here.
Mm-hmm. I'm a little torn because my first bite I was going to say S. My second bite I got a lot more veggies. That was an A. I think I'm going to go A.
You know how I can improve this? Just take the fucking cabbage out.
I actually agree with that.
It adds
I agree.
nothing.
I don't like the crunch that it's giving it.
This shouldn't have a crunch.
You know what I'd want? A breakfast sandwich.
Some rice on there, maybe.
Oh,
Replace the cabbage with rice.
Oh my god, a little rice cake under it.
Holy shit.
Bada bing.
I'd still probably give this an S though. I actually like this a lot.
It is really good. That bread is really good.
No.
How many Michelin stars does South Korea have? A, 9, B, 13, C, 24, D, 33.
What was the last one?
33.
What was the second to last one?
24.
Is that what you're going?
Yeah.
Because I'll go B.
It's 33. They're going
Whoa,
crazy
they're
over in
cooking
Korea.
over there.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Legitimately cooking and doing well.
I was thinking about going 33, but I changed my mind. I knew it'd be a lot because you see those videos pop up all the fucking time where it's like, this street food's got 17 Michelin stars. He cooks with fucking dreams in there.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It is always, it's like, this guy's ran his street cart for 64 years. And it's just like, the man's making a big noodle. Just big noodle.
He's always making a big noodle. I tell you, he's always making that noodle so much bigger. It's always one noodle, and you're like, that's a big noodle. And then by the end of the video, he's got like...
He's got 146,000 noodles!
Whoa.
And 3 Michelin. The Michelin Star Committee's right there, and they're just like...
Well,
That's like multiple noodles. Just give him another.
It's magic. Just give him more. Give him
They're
more.
like, he's so smart because they can't eat that many noodles, and they can't be like... So it's kind of like, I can't take this test because I don't know enough.
Yep.
They're like, I can't judge these noodles.
I can't say that's not a Michelin star.
Right.
So
How do I
might as
know?
well.
I didn't finish those noodles.
My tummy is too full. I have to just give Michelin stars.
No, it's japchae. So it's sweet potato noodles, bunch of
Mushrooms.
sauteed veggies, and like a sweet and sour sauce.
Okay. No meat on this?
No meat on
I'm
those
supposed to get big and
Yeah,
strong.
make me a plate, boys. It looks so good.
Holy,
Those
that's
noodles
hot.
look really good.
It's hot.
Yeah, that's steamy.
You think we don't know that? We're professionals. You can't let a fire settle. That's when it gets dangerous.
Still hot, or did that help?
I help a lot.
I knew
You
it
did a
would.
great job.
I knew it would.
That's good.
Ooh, that's hot.
My will to live.
Oh, good. Simple. Just potato noodles and some peppers.
I like sweet potato noodles. I always just think they don't have much of a flavor.
They don't.
They're
It's
just
just like,
kind of there.
It's just a nice texture.
So
I give it like an A.
I'm torn because I want to give it an A, but the breakfast sandwich clears this.
By a lot, yeah.
Yeah, but this feels like an A to my mouth.
I don't think they're gonna be
All right.
mad at you.
I'll go A. People take our rankings very serious.
I mean, it is kind of weird to have something in A and then something not
That I
as
like
good
more,
also
yeah.
in A.
That's my problem.
Like, I feel like maybe you should just put
Did
it
you
in
not
B.
get- you didn't get the
Like, you know, there's it's almost like there's rankings
But
below
that's what
it.
I'm saying is this classifies as an A. The sandwich is just maybe I was wrong. You don't understand how this works, Danny.
He's a professional.
I'll
It's
go
your,
B.
it's your ranking. You say what you
No, I'll
want to
go
say.
B, but I'm not happy about it. Begrudgingly B.
How in 2024, how many restaurants in Korea had 3 Michelin stars? A 1, B 2, C 3, D 4.
Ooh.
Let me see them.
C.
Only a single restaurant had a 3 Michelin stars. Everything else was 2 or 1.
That's with 33 stars.
What's
that's
like
a lot of restaurants.
What's the defining characteristic of a 3? Like, what do you have to have as a 2-star to be promoted to a 3-star?
Suck shit in a cool way. I actually think I remember what it is. 1 star is it's worth a drive to go see. 2 is it's worth a flight or something like that, and like going a state or something too. And then 3 is you go to the country.
Planning a trip
Yeah,
for that.
4 explicitly the 1.
Yeah, because Big Tire made it happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
So this is called, I'm not going to pronounce this
Oh,
right.
that's got shrimp.
Pajion. It is a seafood pancake.
Oh, I've actually seen these in the cooking videos I've watched. What this is a what's
Green
that?
onion or
No, like this huge thing.
I think that's a green onion.
Is that just? Oh, that's just a whole green onion.
So that's like what
You're right.
runs through the center of it to like
You
hold
give
it
it support.
together.
That makes sense.
Those are the rebar. I got it.
You got a little piece of a squid.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That egg's good. You said there's like pancake batter in the egg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't hate that.
I don't see why you'd ever eat the green onion. To be honest.
We'll just put that back down.
No.
I'll do some shrimp for you.
That's good.
At home.
I haven't had the squid yet. Was the squid good?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there goes my whole egg.
Shrimp's fine. It's more a mental thing. Like, I don't mind the taste. I'm trying. I'm trying for you guys, okay? Yeah, the squid was really good. I like squid. I don't know why.
Squid's is like actually just very good.
Yeah.
Like calamari goes
This is good.
There you go.
I'm gonna put a seafood pancake in A.
I was gonna put it in A too. I just really don't understand this.
I think
Like,
it
I
is all
understand-
just structural.
I understand from that perspective, but like, are you supposed to like eat it?
I'm gonna assume,
Well,
yeah,
you
like
probably
you cut
usually
a
cut with
around
a
it, you think
knife,
so?
and
Like
so
if
it's
we had a
you're
knife, you
eating
could
the
cut, like-
actual stock.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay.
That was good.
I'll eat a clam.
Oh, we're starting now.
There you go.
Oh, get
Come
over
here.
Oh yeah,
here.
wait. Enjoy your seafood pancake. This is.
Chelsea's on camera breaking edge.
Yeah, we'll put it right there for you so you can get some egg with it.
Oh god, I'm really scared now. I said I was gonna do it and now I'm terrified.
No, you don't.
You should have started with something a little easier, like a shrimp.
Look, Matt will do it with you in solidarity.
Okay.
Charlie would do it with you in solidarity.
This wasn't alive, right?
Never.
It's actually really good.
Is that the
It
first
tastes like
seafood?
egg.
Is that the first seafood you've had?
Mm-hmm.
In how many years?
Like 7 years.
That was such like a. There was no build up to that. That was big. That was just like cold.
That's
I
how you
did
gotta
it.
do it. You just gotta run into it. You know. Great job, Chelsea.
How many bottles of soju does the average Korean drink in a year?
How's he always getting this data?
Get closest. I wanna
Aaron
see how
digs deep.
close you
Aaron
get.
probably went to Korea and
I
asked
did.
people these questions.
Yeah. What's the polling size here?
Yeah, well, I called my brother and I was like, all right, white boy, what did you see people drinking over there? And he was like,
And how many?
yeah,
You said get closest.
get closest.
And it's how many
we're not, you
bottles?
can go over. We're not doing prices
Average
right.
bottle of soju.
A year.
So per person.
Per person.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot kinda high. I think.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot. I don't know. I'm just gonna do it.
Also, I
I'm
don't-
gonna put the number that was the channel for Nickelodeon growing up.
Oh, smart.
Do you know it?
Nope.
Okay.
This is 32.
36. That was my channel.
I went 40.
53. That's Charlie.
I was
Big
between
dub.
36 and 42. I should have gone 42.
On 42.
Can you guys believe it? You're tied.
Galbi jjim, so it's like braised short rib.
Oh, galbi.
Whoa.
I've told this story before.
Hang on before you tell your story.
Alright.
So the other thing is most of these should be served with rice, but you ate most of the rice, so fair warning.
There's no more rice?
No.
I feel like this should be eaten with rice.
Well, yes, but
You shouldn't have eaten it all.
ate too much rice.
I feel like...
What? Don't give us too much rice if you don't want us to eat it.
If you
all.
don't want it eaten, don't put it on the table.
Who he was up against, to be fair.
Holy shit,
What a
is that
shame.
a big old carrot?
What a shame. Tell it again.
Used to go to a Korean restaurant with a few friends, and there was always some older Korean guys watching soccer every time we went in. And we'd get this, and it would come with the bone in it. But the bone was always scalding hot, like to the point where I would burn my fingers. So I would either use chopsticks or cut it. But if you didn't use your fingers, the old men watching soccer would turn and laugh at you every time. It was the most embarrassing moment of my life, every single time. They would be cackling.
Let them
Play a laugh track right here.
You forgot your carrot.
At this.
Oh wow. Eat the carrot first. It's gonna get you excited for the rest. That's got some flavor on that puppy.
It does. What is that?
A carrot.
No, I mean like the sauce.
I think it's like the red pepper paste again, garlic.
Oh my. Charles,
Yeah,
you're,
they're
you're in for a treat.
Oh. I got a lot of hair in my mouth on that bite.
A little bit of rice on that would go crazy.
That with rice would go crazy.
It really would. We don't have any more.
What do I have in S right now? I think just the sandwich.
No, I don't think
also
you put the
put-
sandwich in S.
No, he did.
I did.
But you
Oh.
put one other thing in it. Oh, the chicken. We put the
Oh,
chicken.
the chicken.
Oh,
that's
that's
right. The
right.
chicken. That was
That's
really
right.
good.
And this is another S for me. This is so tender.
Not getting a complete dish, which is a shame.
Mm-hmm.
What is the most popular dessert in Korea? A. German chocolate cake. B. Fruit tarts. C. Shaved ice. D. Ice cream.
Ooh, I think it's this. I feel like I've seen so many of these fucking videos.
I was between my answer and your answer.
Yeah, were you thinking shaved ice or my answer?
Nope. I was thinking fruit tarts are your answer.
I think it's almost all the dessert videos I see from Korea are ice cream or ice adjacent.
It's shaved ice. You both got it wrong.
I know it's one of the two.
Which means you guys are still tied.
Well, Zach, you are a walking billboard for us today.
Where'd you get your drip?
Wearing the entire moist room.
You have the shoes and everything.
Yeah, everything.
The bag?
And the
Yeah,
bag.
in the bag.
Somebody clearly went to moistglobal.com.
Oh, I forgot to put it on the.
Yeah,
I
you
think I'd
seem
give.
torn between A and S.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it an A. I think I still just like the sandwich more. I
Yeah.
probably would have put this in S if we actually had like the rice and everything to go
That's
with it.
what I'm saying. It had some rice. It would have been, could have been my favorite thing in the day. Look at this.
I don't know. It's really good. I don't think that beats the chicken though.
I don't think so
That
either.
chicken
The
went
chicken's better to me.
crazy. That chicken went.
The chicken was very good.
But
I
with
still
this,
like
you
the
can just
sandwich
gnaw
more.
on the bone.
That's true.
Bulgogi. And
What's
we
that,
found some more
tortellini?
rice
Oh.
for you.
Oh, where'd you find the rice? Whoa! I'm so excited.
I've had bulgogi before. Have you had it before?
Oh yeah, it's good stuff.
It is. It's hot right now though.
I'm gonna get some of that juice on there. Mm.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Now, tell me now. Do I need to make this rice last?
No.
Perfect. This is an S for me.
That's definitely an S.
I'm starting to evaluate whether this passes the chicken or not, though. I'm really torn. But that's for the end. We'll talk.
Man, that bulgogi is going crazy.
The first recorded mention of kimchi is from A. 1732, B. 1262, C. 1500 years ago, D. 3500 years ago.
Why the change up?
Well, because it becomes a lot harder to know the exact year.
Oh, we did the same answer.
The
1262, close, but it's 1500 years ago.
Your favorite. It's a bibimbap bowl.
There we go.
Oh, baby.
Did it.
More bulgogi for you too.
Also, as always, huge thank you to Chef Dave.
Thanks for having me as always, guys. Love being here.
You're the best.
Is this spinach?
Yeah.
Nice.
There's
That's hot.
spinach, some zucchini, bean sprouts, shiitake mushrooms, rice, the egg. There's some bulgogi on there you guys just had before. A little more on that.
It's kind of just like a blend of everything we like today in a bowl.
You're absolutely right. So I think that has to go above the bulgogi because I'm still getting bulgogi with some other good stuff. Did somebody just fall on the
eat
stairs?
shit?
Ate shit on the stairs.
When did you train in Korean food?
That's just home cooking, guys. That's for me. I love. I've never been like classically trained Korean or anything, but Korean food is my favorite of the Asian cuisines. So I've really just put more time and effort into studying it more, getting to know it more, and cooking it more.
What's your favorite Korean food?
All bulgogi, man. I love bulgogi.
Yeah.
Bulgogi is just top tier.
We were talking a little between bulgogi or the chicken.
Oh yeah, the chicken's good too.
That chicken slapped. This, I don't know, you get the egg, rice.
It's literally just a fusion of everything
little
good
zucchini,
today.
little mushrooms. Don't you take my egg.
You just dropped your egg, now I'm gonna take it. That was so fucked up.
My egg! Oh, we should do trivia first before we decide.
Well, you have to rank this.
That's an S tier.
Yeah, definitely an S tier.
That's for sure.
Alright, now I can think about what's the best while you do trivia.
Myeokguk. How do you pronounce it?
Oh, bro, you're asking the wrong.
Okay, I was hoping maybe you knew a little
You
bit.
shot him a look so
Yeah,
bad.
I was like, please. Is a seaweed soup that is typically eaten for what celebration? A. Birthday. B. New Year's. C. Summer solstice. And D. Winter solstice. I really like.
An for like 4 on your pre-guesses.
Well, I like Easter.
All right.
All right.
Wait, I said that. That wasn't a real choice.
Yeah, it was. Funeral was one of them.
I said that to you.
I was too locked in on my Easter.
I was
guess.
like that.
Do I hear him again?
No, just do that.
Okay.
I did D.
Oh, Charlie wins!
Yay!
It was the birthday.
I knew it was the birthday.
How excited
This
was
bitch wrote my answer. Thank you to the entire culture of South Korea for producing great food. What's your favorite? Let me take a step back. Do you agree that this goes above beef bulgogi?
Yeah, because I mean it's bulgogi elevated.
And then some.
Yeah. I still might give it to the chicken.
I was leaning chicken.
The thing is though, like, is that chicken like a big South Korean dish?
That's what I was
Because
wondering.
bulgogi, everyone knows, is like iconic
That's
South
kind
Korean.
of. I was like, what going forward is best representing the country?
It's probably
That's
this.
not how we're doing any of the other ones, though.
No, we do it.
That is just
Traditional Korean dish.
The chicken one.
I am very torn. This and the chicken are definitely my two favorite.
Yeah.
Danny, take a bite. Help us out here.
my answer is going to be chicken.
I think I like the chicken more.
I'd say Danny's right. You like the chicken more. I think if this was at a restaurant, I'd get both, but I'd probably favor the chicken a tiny bit more.
Yeah.
So I think we got to push the chicken.
Okay, I can do that.
That chicken slapped.
Oh, chicken did slap.
This was tough though. There were some.
That was good.
All of the meat dishes are crazy.
Every single dish had meat except for 2.
Yeah, they're all crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't count seafood as meat.
I think
that's
meat-
seafood. All right, I'm happy with that chicken dish slapped.
Yeah,
I'm
I
happy
think
sending
move the chicken.
All the little carrots there.
Yeah, move the
All right.
chicken forward.
Yeah, chicken's going forward. Say it one more time for me, Monique.
Doc Bokium Tang.
All right, that's what's moving forward. Whether
That's the
that's
one.
right or not, that's what it's called for the rest of the series.
Now South Korea has to change its name to whatever
Yes,
she said.
exactly. Okay,
That was good.
shut it down.
All right.
Take us home.
Pack her up.
Even if you're not into sports at all, I'm confident you've heard of the madness that just unfolded last night. The most stunning, out-of-nowhere, shocking trade in the history of sports, I believe, has just happened. Luka Doncic has been traded to the Lakers for Anthony Davis. It sounds make-believe. This is a more stunning trade than if the Lakers announced they were trading Austin Reeves for me, Charles White. Swear to God, I could have gone pro if not for this old trick knee. Point is, though, this is a trade nobody saw coming and nobody knew about. Luka didn't know. Nobody knew. It's not like Luka was asking for a trade. They just did this behind closed doors in the shadows and hushed whispers. This news broke while I was doing a watch party for the World Championship to support our Apex team. And when people were talking about it a little bit, buzzing, I thought for sure they had just fallen victim to the classic ball sack sports. I thought they had been sacked. This feels like a fake headline, and Luka to the Lakers has been a meme for probably close to 2 years now because it's so outrageous. It's so silly as a concept that it has become a joke until it wasn't. Now Luka is officially a Laker and Anthony Davis is a Maverick. Now I think by now a lot of you know this. I played basketball for 10 years, we've been on like a 5-month hiatus, but was still actively playing pickup games at least twice a week. And I've been keeping up with the NBA loosely. My team is the Heat. God bless. Lord have mercy. Point is, the reason I'm dropping my resume here like I'm interviewing for a job or I'm posting on LinkedIn is to let you all know that I understand just how big of a deal this fucking trade is and just how weird and wacky it is. No exaggeration, even Baba Vanga would have been powerless with this kind of prediction. There is nobody on the planet that would have expected this kind of trade. Because why would you trade Luka? He's 25 years old, the face of the Mavericks. He has put that team on his fucking back. He is a spring chicken in his prime. It's not like he's falling off and he's turning to dust before our eyes, like he's, not able to compete at the highest level. He is still a generational talent performing unbelievably well. And yet they're just parting ways with him now instead of making him the franchise player that he is, really. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know what's happening at the Dallas Mavericks HQ. Maybe Leonardo DiCaprio's in there and he had a say saying, Luka's getting a little old now, guys. He hit 25. We got to kick him the fuck out. I don't really understand this decision. In the midst of all of this, people have pointed to a Mark Cuban tweet where he said, "If I had to choose between my wife and keeping Luka on the Mavs, catch me at my lawyer's office prepping for a divorce." And then people scratching their head wondering why he's singing such a different song now. I bet there are few people on the planet more heartbroken by this trade than Mark Cuban. When he got this alert on his phone, he probably fell to his fucking knees, slamming his fist on the ground and covering himself in tears in the middle of a TJ Maxx. Because I guarantee he did not want this. But people don't remember that Mark Cuban is no longer the one that has like the controlling say-so on the team. He sold his majority stake. So this was not a Mark Cuban decision, at least I don't think it was. This was a decision by someone who I think forgot they were in real life instead of a video game. This feels like something you do in like a management sim for a basketball squad where you just kind of fuck around and do some silly, outrageous shit. But yeah, I will say, I actually think Anthony Davis on the Mavericks is going to be pretty strong for them. I think the defense he brings to that team is going to be pretty helpful. But get ready to call me crazy. I know chat certainly did for this take. I don't see Luka being a great fit on the Lakers. As much as I like Luka, he is an offensive weapon of mass destruction, but on defense, he's sometimes a liability. I will say I think his defensive stinker reputation is a little overblown. You know, people talk about Luka's defense like it's wetter than this fart. And it's really not that bad. He's not the best defender, but I think he's fine. But I think the Lakers now losing Anthony Davis needs something more than fine defensively. But we will see. The Dallas Maverick GM came forward and said that the reason they wanted Anthony Davis this badly to trade Luka is because defense wins championships, which is a age-old saying I'm sure you've heard millions upon millions of times, but at the end of the day, it is true. It is true. Though in this case, I don't necessarily believe that you're in a better position now to win championships than you were with Luka on your squad. The Mavericks were just in the finals. Like, yes, they didn't win, but they could have. Like, they were a team that was capable of winning it all, and I don't think trading your franchise superstar for a defensive boost is the best call, but like, I can see where it's coming from. Like, I do think Anthony Davis will fit in well with the Mavericks, but I don't know if that makes the team overall better than they were with Luka. I do, however, think the Lakers don't really get much better with Luka, and I stand by that until I'm proven wrong. And then once I'm proven wrong, I'll be like, you know what? I was wrong for the millionth fucking time. It happens. But that's just how I think it's going to go down. Now, since we're already talking about sports, might as well just empty the whole load here. Let's talk about the upcoming Super Bowl. Chiefs, Eagles. For the first time in my life, I'm rooting for the Eagles. I was never a Chiefs hater, even way back in the day when they had Priest Holmes as their running back, and that was like the best player they had. He was my fantasy football running back one year. I never disliked them. You wouldn't see me ripping my shirt off, twirling it over my head, going ballistic every time they won a game or anything like that, but I never disliked them. Even when Patrick Mahomes started to cook and they became this dominant force in the NFL, I still never disliked them. Until this year. Obviously, the Chiefs are unbelievably good, but what makes them such a fucking headache to watch and make it so hard to cheer for them is the officiating that surrounds this team. It feels less like you're watching a sport and more like you're watching a show, because the Chiefs get some of the most outrageous calls ever. And the Chiefs themselves know that, which is why now they play into it a bit, with Patrick Mahomes trying to flop to draw a penalty. There was Kelsey attempting a little pseudo-flop as well to try and draw these penalties that are really just very pathetic. And they are always so impactful on the outcome of the game. Most recently with the Bills, where it was the worst spot ever, not giving the Bills that first down. Also, calling a very clearly not completed catch from the Chiefs a completed pass. And even before the Bills, what I think is the most egregious example of referee favoritism, and what I think is probably the referees being told that they should try and do a little something to help the Chiefs whenever they can, is that unnecessary roughness call a couple games back. I don't think I can play you the clips, but they are terrible calls. They're so bad that the commentators, the official commentators that are broadcasting this, are actively saying how much they disagree with it. So that unnecessary roughness call, they even said, "Come on," and verbatim, I couldn't disagree more. Because they are terrible fucking calls. Like, that is something that wouldn't even be called in a flag football game, yet here in the fucking playoffs, it's getting called an unnecessary roughness penalty. And these are really important calls. Like, these calls, in a lot of cases, have decided games that usually the Chiefs end up winning from these fucking calls. So it's really frustrating. Even if you are the biggest Chiefs fan, you are kidding yourself if you try and say that they don't have a lot of questionable calls go their way. And I understand all teams will have that, but the Chiefs have so many of them at the most important moments of their games. It's not a coincidence. Like, I don't think it's scripted. I still fully don't think it's scripted, but I definitely think the referees are fucking corrupt. And I do think there is something there that says, hey, our Chiefs games pull huge viewership numbers. We want them to continue to advance because that's really good for our numbers. So do what you can to, maybe get us in that direction. Like, I do fully think that. Not to be like full conspiracy mode, but come on, there's no other explanation. They are awful calls. The commentators recognize they are awful calls, and they're not shy to say that too, because people are just getting disgusted with it for obvious reason. Now, if this was my team, the Bucks, like if this was, let's say all of this was flipped on its head and the Bucks were getting these calls, yeah, I would be happy, but I wouldn't be trying to defend it either. I'd be like, yeah, they're playing favorites right now, and it's my fucking team on the receiving end. You'll love to see it. Like, I would acknowledge that, but for some reason there are so many Chiefs fans that are just denying the reality of this obviously dog shit officiating that always seems to go the Chiefs' way. And they'll deflect saying things like, this is all a big conspiracy, a bunch of lies, you morons, do you also believe in flat earth? It's like you all forgot. Week 4 of the regular season, when the Chiefs were up by 3 touchdowns, the refs called this bogus pass interference on the Chiefs that led to the opposing team getting a field goal. So clearly, everyone's victims of bad officiating, including us, the Chiefs. Like, it's stupid. Like, anyone with eyes can watch a Chiefs game, this playoff season in particular, and see that these calls are beyond questionable, and they are going the Chiefs' way very, very often. How weird. So yeah, I'm pulling for the Eagles in the Super Bowl. I would hate to see the Chiefs win it again. I really have become big-time Chiefs hater now, sorry to say. I still think the team is absolutely amazing. I think they are probably one of the best teams the NFL has seen since, of course, the Tom Brady dynasty with the Patriots, but I hate watching their games. I can't stand it. You're not watching a sport, you're watching a fucking show when you're tuning into a Chiefs game, and I don't like that as much. So yeah, that's about it for the sports talk today. See ya. I saw a pretty remarkable meltdown today. A gentle sir was let go from his job at the UPS store, and he didn't take it on the chin like a champ. He self-destructed like a Voltorb here. Now, I understand getting fired is brutal, emotions are high, but for the life of me, I can't understand why they would let someone like this go in the first place.
Getting fired from the UPS store by this cuck loser, fucking coward, cuck loser, won't even fire me at the beginning of my shift, waits till the end of my shift. Here he is.
He literally just hit a textbook soy jack. This guy is the epitome of soy jacking. He goes through every single possible soy jack in the span of 51 seconds. It's unbelievable. It's beyond impressive, actually. And the way that he brings like the camera close to his face reminds me of The Dark Knight with the Joker. And the way he keeps calling this guy a cuck coward loser is a beautiful piece of pathetic artistry. He's speaking like it's League of Legends and he's whining about his top lane feeding. Now, I have no doubt that in the moment this probably felt very cathartic for him, just having this full-blown, expulsion of the demons inside. He's really upset and he's just letting it all hang loose. He's going hog wild with everything, and I bet it felt like a great relief. But man, you shouldn't have filmed this. You absolutely should not have been the one behind the camera publishing this, because it gets really bad.
Darren, the cuck fucking loser from 1892, who's a fucking loser, who doesn't know shit about running a business.
The way he introduces Darren here is some Full House shit. Darren comes in, I was half expecting like a clap track to come in there, because he takes off his glasses like he's posing for the camera. He's smoldering right now. Darren, I don't know how he was able to keep a straight face without just laughing, because this shit is unbelievable. So he calls him, the cuck coward loser from 1892. I guess he's insulting him because he's old, which is interesting because I feel like the guy filming is actually older than Darren. The guy filming looks like an anorexic Karl Marx. I just can't imagine he's much younger than Darren here, and yet he's really going in on the, him being ancient thing. I feel like he was just really upset, fuming, the steam out of the ears. He's actually foaming at the mouth. He is rabid. It just seems as though his brain was scrambling in this frenzy to try and cobble together any insult it could muster, even if it didn't make sense. Here's Darren, Dickie Darren, aka Cuck McShartpants from 1892, back before aviation, the Wright brothers, more like the wrong brothers, because, brother, you're wrong for firing me, Darren, cuck loser.
And he's gonna let an alcoholic fat fuck named Joe fire somebody with 10 years of experience because he complained that Joe won't train my fucking coworkers, and Joe puts nigger on the fucking radio, and Joe drinks next door and won't tell shit to my coworkers.
That was the most unexpected hard R I'd seen in quite some time. The Game of Thrones Season 8 writers couldn't have subverted expectations that effectively. Obviously, I had to censor it to the best of my ability, but wow, So we've gone from Darren now he's brought up this new character in the lore named Joe, who he is clearly not the biggest fan of, saying that he's fat and didn't train his coworkers, so he complained about that, which has led to him getting fired. That's his game theory on all of it. That's his hypothesis. I don't understand at all where the hard R even comes from or what he's referring to here. He's saying Joe puts hard R on the radio? Like, what the fuck does that even mean? It's fucking craziness here. He is so angry. Like, he is angrier than Broly at Kakarot, like, before he becomes the legendary Super Saiyan.
Because he's a cuck fucking loser coward, just like Darren, the cuck fucking loser coward. Coward loser fucking cunt.
That ending is absolute cinema. The way he goes from like this heightened emotional state to the point he's about to pass out. He actually, I'm not kidding, has foam around his mouth. He is spitting so much. And then he goes from that to like this like almost post-nut clarity moment. Like he starts to simmer down. He takes a deep breath. And then he walks away calmly. And he just leaves and then turns the camera off. And then he posted it online. I can't believe he posted this shit online. If any future employers see this, it's going to be pretty rough for him, I would imagine. Because you just had a very public freak out, as well as just dropping the hard R in the middle of it. And the thing is, like, these videos pop up occasionally where someone gets fired and they, have this very cathartic blow up about it and, like, confronting their boss about it before they leave. And in a lot of cases, you're on that person's side because getting fired sucks. And a lot of times it is unjust. And maybe in this case, maybe there wasn't a good reason for him to be fired. I don't really know. And he starts by saying that he waited till the end of the day to fire him, which I'm a little split on because on one hand, you at least get another full day's pay, but on the other hand, you just wasted a fucking full day. But regardless, it was very easy to get people on his side here for this, yelling at the boss about this. And again, maybe there wasn't a good reason for him to be fired, but this confirmed that they made the right call firing him if he is just like this ball of rage ready to bust. I had to talk about this. It was quite the meltdown. And the soy jacking, wow, beautiful. That's about it. See ya.
Bye.